Hey, Tom.
What's up? You at work right now, right?
Yes, but I'm on my lunch break. Are you at home now?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Your mother gave me a hard time again this morning.
Huh?
She told me to do the housework because she didn't like the way I did. She also told me to make lunch for her. Use a high-grade detergent for laundry. Come home early once in a while and cook dinner. Clean the bathroom before I go to work. Go grocery shopping every day and keep the refrigerator well stocked. And on and on. She was hysterical all morning.
She must be under a lot of stress.
What are you talking about? I'm going to be neurotic if she starts hysterical like that in the morning. No matter how I think about it, it just seems like she's harassing me, don't you think?
Don't be ridiculous.
It was her wish to live with us, remember? Just because she has been feeling lonely since her husband passed away, there's no reason to get hysterical like that.
She's just lonely and sad, so just be nice to her.
Even if I wanted to be nice to her, I wouldn't feel like it if she keeps harassing me every day.
Then why don't you just let her say whatever she wants?
How am I supposed to do that when she keeps going on and on? Besides, why are you at home anyway?
Why? It's my apartment, and this is where I live, you know?
That's not what I'm talking about. You quit your job 5 months ago without consulting me.
We're done talking about that.
It's not over. You still haven't found a new job. What the hell are you doing?
I'm looking for a job. I just haven't found the right job for me. I'm waiting for a chance to get a perfect job for me.
What? We have your mother to take care of. Which means we have to pay for her food. And on top of that, she's asking me for an allowance. We need the money now more than ever.
I understand. I'm looking for a job, so stop nagging about it. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown if you keep bringing it up.
How dare you keep pushing me to do all these things? Since you're at home anyway, why don't you do what she says?
Huh?
At least do the housework and take care of your mother.
Why do I have to do that?
Well, let me ask you, are you willing to work?
Of course I am. I'm going to get a job this time and make things easier for you. So can you give me an allowance?
Huh? Are you still saying that again at this point?
Even though I'm unemployed, I still need some money.
You've been hanging around at home all this time. What are you going to spend it on? Tell me.
Well, there's a lot of things.
It's just horse races and some beer, right? Why don't you get serious about finding a job when you have time to play around? I just told you that we need money.
Oh, you're so persistent.
Persistent? I work hard and do all the housework for you and your mother. Can't you at least show a little gratitude? What do you and your mother think of me?
Okay, that's enough. Hey, Emma, you're coming home early today, right?
I can't say until I go to work. It depends on the work situation.
Depends on the work situation. You don't do much work, so don't talk so big about it. Tom and I don't even have a regular dinner time because you come home at different times. For the sake of my health, I need you to make it on time, okay?
That's why I keep the fridge stocked with so much food. You asked me to do that, right?
Huh? I'm fine with it, but don't you feel sorry for Tom if he gets hungry?
But he is unemployed right now. I think he can at least cook dinner by himself. so you don't have to worry so much.
Huh? Are you going to neglect your husband and prioritize work? I really can't believe it.
But I have to work since he is unemployed. Please understand that I'm not working this hard because I want to.
Then what? Are you saying that Tom is the bad guy here?
It's not like that, but as you can imagine, being unemployed for 5 months would affect our finances. There is a limit to what 3 adults can do with only one source of income.
You make it sound like it's our fault. You're being so rude to us. Why did Tom marry someone like you? Emma, are you home yet?
I'm still at work. I think I'm almost done.
Huh? Then it'll be at least an hour before you get home.
I guess so. But if I don't get this done, I'll have to work late tomorrow.
Mom's pissed that there's no dinner.
What?
She says you always put work first.
What's that? Who do you think I work so hard for? I work so hard, and then I come home and do all the housework. I'm told to do one thing after another, and if I'm even a little late, I'm yelled at every day. Tom, I told you the other day you're unemployed, so help me with something.
Huh? I'm a man, so I don't have to do anything at home.
You're unemployed, right? How can you say that when you haven't even had a job for 5 months? I'm the only one who's having a hard time. That's why I lost 10 pounds. Do you know how hard I have to work every day?
Yes, I get it. Don't need any more of your nagging.
Excuse me?
Forget about dinner. Mom said she'd buy me some Chinese, so I'm going to go eat something delicious. It's much better than your cooking.
Huh?
Emma, I heard you're sarcastic to Tom every day. That you keep telling him to get a job soon or something.
Of course I'm telling him to get a job. It's already been 5 months since he's been unemployed.
You want him to help with the housework, cook dinner, or do something to help you out. He doesn't stay home because he wants to, you know? He's waiting to find a job he's happy with. Why can't you understand that?
If we have enough savings, I would wait too. But if he just slacks around while we're having financial difficulty, I have to tell him to get a job as soon as possible.
It's a tragedy that my son is married to such a horrible woman. I should give him some advice already.
About what?
Get rid of such a trashy wife.
Huh? Trashy wife? How could you say that?
What's with that cocky way of talking? That's not how you're supposed to talk to your mother-in-law. You need to watch your mouth. Or is this how it is with all women who are preoccupied with their work? Bragging about how hard you're working, but don't care about your family. Why can't you be more supportive?
Don't care about my family? Aren't you talking about your son?
What?
No matter how much I tell him, he doesn't listen. No matter how hard a time I'm having, he says it's none of his business. He is exactly the kind of husband who doesn't care about his wife.
You are very cocky today. Are you trying to challenge me or Tom? I didn't think you were such a cocky woman. I feel more and more sorry for him.
Oh my goodness.
In the first place, I'm the most important person in this house. Tom is next, and you're the lowest. If you don't shut up and do what I say, I'll have you divorce Tom. Please keep that in mind.
Fine. then I will divorce him. I don't care about a scum mother and son like you anymore.
What? Did you lose your mind when you heard the word divorce? I'll really get you a divorce, you know?
Sure, go ahead. Make my day. People work hard for their wages and then they do whatever they want with it. I'm the only one who has to take care of the housework, and you two are just playing around every day. This is ridiculous.
Wait, Emma.
I don't want a scum like you or Tom. I'm divorcing him.
Emma, do you even know what you're talking about?
Of course I do. I feel very clear now.
What?
In the first place, do you guys understand the situation here? Tom is unemployed and has zero income, and you're only receiving a pension. And yet, you don't pay for any living expenses at home. Whose money do you think you are living on every month?
Isn't it from Tom's savings?
Huh? There's no way he has any savings. If he has any, he pours it into horse racing. He is always broke.
Is he really?
And yet, you call me a big shot? I'm not acting like a big shot. It's because if I don't work, we won't be able to live. I'm asked to do crazy shopping. I'm exhausted every day from all the work I do. And I don't know where he gets the money, but he eats out with you from time to time.
How did you know about that?
Your stupid son is voluntarily telling me everything. He sometimes says he's going out to eat something delicious with you.
He does?
Why am I working so hard every day? Is it worth doing it, even if it means losing 10 pounds of weight? Let me tell you something. We have been able to live a normal life without having to worry about money, only because I'm working. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Why are you saying all this?
If you think I'm going to stay quiet forever, you're mistaken. I'm a human being too. I have my limits.
What limits?
In the first place, it was you who asked us to let you live with us in this house, wasn't it? You said you would be lonely to live alone since your husband passed away. I told you that since we live in the same neighborhood, we could just go back and forth to each other's houses. But you insisted on moving in with us.
Oh, did I?
When I was thinking about it, you said you would take care of everything at home in exchange for moving in with us. You said you would do all the house chores and not worry about any of it. I made a mistake in believing those words.
That's a terrible thing to say. I'm your mother-in-law, so you're supposed to take care of me, right?
That's not what we agreed on, is it? When I said that it would be difficult to just live together as long as we're both working, you offered your own conditions, remember? I won't let you say you've forgotten. Besides, I'm disappointed in your son as well.
What?
He quit his job on his own without even consulting me. I can't believe that he has been unemployed for 5 months. As far as I can tell, he has no intention of working.
I don't think so. He is just waiting to find a job that suits him. Isn't that what he said the other day?
Even though we're struggling to make ends meet? Even though I'm working so hard? Even though I'm paying for all the living expenses? No matter how many times I tell him, he wouldn't listen to me. I'm really disgusted.
Aren't you a little harsh on him?
Whatever. I'll gladly divorce him. And then I'll be a stranger to both of you. It's my lunch break now, so I have some time now. I'm going to the city office right now to get the divorce papers.
Wait a minute, Emma! Emma? About earlier. I think I went a little overboard. I haven't told Tom about the divorce yet. Can you pretend it never happened?
No, it's fine as it is.
What?
I told you. I feel so good right now. I can finally get away from you guys.
That's terrible, Emma.
I'll have Tom fill out the divorce papers tonight, and I'll submit them to the city office tomorrow. So you guys need to pack up your stuff and leave the house tomorrow.
What? Why do we have to leave? Tom bought this apartment, didn't he? You should be the one to leave.
Please stop joking. Didn't you hear anything from him?
Huh?
I bought that apartment when I was single. Of course it's in my name too. That's why you and Tom are leaving.
Your apartment?
Yes.
But if you're divorcing, there's something called property division, right? You should sell the apartment and get some cash, and Tom should get half of it.
Don't you know anything about property division?
What?
Property division is applied to the property and assets we built together after marriage. The apartment was purchased by me before we got married. And our joint savings after marriage is almost zero, since he has put it all into horse racing.
Huh?
Therefore, please be aware that there will be no property division.
Wait a minute. Then where are we supposed to go?
Why don't you just go back to your house and live together?
There isn't any...
Huh?
I don't have that house anymore.
Why not?
Tom told me to sell it and save the money for our future.
So, you have some savings from the house, right?
Since he arranged everything, I thought it was you who was watching the money.
I've never heard of or seen that money before. I've never even heard about selling your house.
Then where's the money?
It's probably gone to his horse racing. But you must have benefited from it a little too, didn't you?
Sometimes he gives me a little money.
Oh, so you were fooled by that little allowance, weren't you? In the first place, how could he afford to give you an allowance when he doesn't even have a job? It's not that hard to figure out.
Oh no. Emma, please. Don't kick us out. If you want to divorce Tom, that's fine. But please let us keep living here.
Huh? I don't understand. I have no intention of living with a scum like you and your son. Please leave by the end of tomorrow. I'm not going to have you guys in my apartment ever.
Don't be so cold. Life without you will be lonely again. So please continue your life with me.
No. That's not going to happen when we're going to be strangers. There's just no way. I don't want to see you guys anymore. Please get out of my apartment tomorrow.
Emma, don't abandon us.
If I see you or Tom tomorrow when I get home from work, I will call the police right away. So please be gone by tomorrow.
That's not going to happen. We have lived together as a family. Let's continue to live together and help each other.
Don't play with me, you scumbags. After that, they left the apartment together. Tom was surprised that his mother and I had discussed divorce on our own, but he couldn't say anything back. I don't trust people who can't take action and can't speak for themselves. They rented an old wooden apartment in the outskirts of town, using 1 month's worth of his mother's pension. Tom then started looking for a job in a hurry. But he couldn't get a job, perhaps because they were suspicious of his 5-month blank period. I heard that he now has no choice but to start working part-time as a manual laborer to earn money for living expenses. He works day and night and is exhausted every day. His mother has also started working part-time. Tom can't go to his favorite horse race, and his mother is stressed out because she can't do her own shopping. I am enjoying living alone in my own apartment. I realize that it is such a spacious property. I'm going to work hard for a while to save up my savings that were used up by them.
Hey, Isabel. Before I tell you every single time, you paid the bill, right? Hello, Nancy. Bill? What are you talking about? Don't be silly. I left the credit card bill at the entrance so that you can notice. Yes. You left an envelope. Don't worry, I didn't open it. Oh God, you wasted my thoughtfulness, and what, are you trying to harass your mother-in-law? Huh? Harassing you? What kind of thoughtfulness was it? The envelope was under your name. I would look at it if it was addressed to me or Sean, but I would never look at an envelope addressed to you. I put it where you could see it on purpose. It's your job to read my intentions. I'm trying to let you know in a roundabout way to express how much I care about you, but you're not a good wife if you ignore that kindness. You don't understand unless I tell you straight out. Anyway, please transfer $1,000 in my bank account as soon as possible. $1,000? Nancy, what did you spend that much amount on? I went out for a French course dinner with Sean and John, my two lovely sons. And I also bought some new clothes, so that's a total payment of $1,000. Huh? I haven't heard anything from Sean, not my business. I thought I should give Sean a gift for quitting job and John for getting a job. It's a celebration for my beloved sons. I'm sure he didn't tell you out of concern for you. He must be scared of you. If you want to be a good wife, just shut up and transfer $1,000. It's not like I wanted you to ask me out too, but this is too much. I mean, this is such a waste of money and we have our lives to live. I can't pay you. Well, what a heartless person. You don't do any housework or take care of Sean, and you dare to stand up against your family. Why did he marry such a hopeless person like you? Excuse me, I do housework like cleaning and laundry. I can't cook dinner because of work, but I cook meals for a week on the weekends. Shut up. Don't make excuses like that and admit what I say. Meals? Oh, that disgusting-looking object. Are you asking me to eat that thing? You've got to be kidding me. Nancy, that's too much. I have to work every day and do housework on my days off, and I'm doing the best as I can to cook meals. If you don't like it that much, I'd appreciate it if you could cook for us once in a while since you don't have a job. Well, you want a mother-in-law to cook for you. You should know who I am. You're so brazen, you dare to use me? You're a truck driver, aren't you? Is it because you work with men that you have such a big attitude? You're a truck driver woman, but you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. How can you work? Nancy, that's old-fashioned. These days, my company has a lot of female staff, and they do less physical work. By the way, I heard that John got a job at a transportation company. Oh, you knew. He got a job at Shooting Star Transportation, a famous local company. It's different from the low-class transportation companies where an incompetent people like you would work. No matter how useless I am, it doesn't mean that the company is also low-class. You're really a person who never stops talking. You are a useless and incompetent wife, that's all. Just shut up and listen to me. Anyway, transfer $1,000 to my account as soon as possible. Also, I have to eat delivery food every night because of your tasteless leftovers. Make sure you transfer an additional $500, understand? I mean, that's not enough, not even close. That's more than what we pay for our own food. We can't afford that much. It's the money you guys spend, so please pay by yourselves. I'm giving you a chance to be a good wife because you're useless, so why don't you thank me? If you can't even do that, then I can't help you anymore. If you despise the feelings of family, I will ask you to leave this house. I'll talk to Sean about it. What's the point? Even if you talk to that boy, my orders are absolute. Even he will agree with me. I'm in a hurry too. If you haven't made the transfer by tomorrow, be prepared. I'll punish you severely. Hey, Sean, can I talk to you about something? What is it? Your mother wants me to pay her $1,500 of her credit card bill and the food expense. What? $1,500? but no choice if Mom said so.
It's $1,500. She doesn't even work, and I can't believe she's spent that much. And why didn't you tell me that you went to French restaurant with her and John?
Oh, I forgot. She treated me since I quit my job.
She is so rude. Why don't you say anything to her? She's your mother. I'm the one who gets told off. You know how hard she treats me, how much she punishes me around.
Well, yes.
Your wife is having a hard time and you never tell her. When I heard she was throwing away my meals, I was speechless.
I'm sure she didn't mean to. Mom says no, and I can't help it. She's getting old, and you'll be safe as long as you listen to her and don't make a big deal out of it.
I do my job, I do the housework, I'm tired, but I'm still trying my best to take care of the house. She tells me I'm incompetent even though I do my best. Your mother treats me like a slave.
That's an exaggeration. Mom is just a little bit, well, outspoken.
I don't even have my husband on my side. I don't know if I can take it anymore. I'm hurt.
Don't say that. Just hang in there.
Enough. It's not worth talking to you.
Isabel, did you transfer the $1,500?
I didn't. I clearly told you that I can't, so you have to do something about it yourself.
You are so stubborn, aren't you? What do you think you are doing after I told you so clearly yesterday that even you, an incompetent person, could understand? Just by transferring $1,500, I will forgive you for your selfish behavior up to now.
$1,500 is a lot of money, and not for a necessary expense, but for a luxury expense. I can't pay it. Aren't you the one who is acting selfishly?
That's quite a thing to say, isn't it? You really are a useless wife. You got some nerve to go against me. Don't you understand? As I have told you many times, my orders are absolute.
Yesterday, I told Sean that you demanded the payment of $1,500.
He told me too. I heard that you said I treat you like a slave. Even though you were incompetent, were you aware that you were a slave? That made me laugh. But a slave means absolute obedience. You are not conscious enough to be a slave if you resist me.
I don't like that kind of treatment. I am not your slave. He even told that to you? I can't believe it.
Of course, he's my precious son. He's a good boy who listens to everything his mother says. Of course, John too. They are the sons who never hide anything from me because of the way I raise them. My sons are perfect, unlike some incompetent trash wife who can't even be a slave.
I'm sorry for making meals for the whole week at once, but as you know, I'm working. When I married him, both of you and he agreed to it.
Even if I could forgive you for making the food for the whole week, I didn't think you were this incompetent wife who wouldn't even listen to her mother-in-law. He was completely fooled, and so am I. I guess I'll have to ask for a divorce.
What? Why would you do that?
You are a woman, but you work in the transportation business, and you are a wife, but you can't even listen to your mother-in-law's orders. You are so pathetic. I feel sorry for my son. I'll tell him to leave this trash right away. He's too good for you. He's going to get a well-classed, good-natured wife who is kind to me.
If you asked him to get divorced, would he listen to you right away? We love each other, you know.
You're an idiot. I'm sure he wants to get divorced too. He said he doesn't want a strong-willed wife like you who would disobey his mother.
Oh no, I've lost hope to both of you.
Say whatever you want. A trashy wife like you will never get married, work for a transportation company for the rest of your life. I'll have him write the divorce papers as soon as possible, so you better respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Well then, I don't even want to see your face, so I want you to pack up your things and leave today. Don't ever step into our house again. It's like the air is polluted when you're in my house.
I understand. I will never have anything to do with you and your family again.
Hey, Isabel, what is going on? Can you explain? Is it true that Sean was fired from the company?
What is it? It seems like you're really in a panic. We are divorced, so I am a stranger to you. But well, let me tell you, it's true. You didn't know?
That can't be true, because he said he left that company to change jobs.
I heard that he was negligent and absent without permission, and turned on his boss who warned him about it. It seems that kind of repeated attitude went too far.
That's right. He's being sued in civil court by a woman who seems to be the victim. He actually did that? He never said a word about it to me. Oh no. Isabel, I want you to get back with him and pay the settlement. You still have feelings for him, don't you? I can't take care of him because John's going to make a lot of money. I don't want a son who did such a shameful thing.
Is Sean the only one you don't want? You don't know anything. From what I've heard, he also did sexual harassment to female colleagues at the company, and that's probably one of the reasons.
Huh?
It seems he caused an accident because of DUI while on duty and were fired from his previous transportation company. He hid the fact and didn't report it to the company that offered him the job, even though his license was suspended. It's outrageous that he would mispresent his employment status, and even more outrageous that he would DUI while on duty.
That's not true. A serious John would never do such a thing.
If you don't believe me, why don't you ask himself? I mean, I'm not sure when you will be able to talk to him. I don't think he will be at your house.
What do you mean?
I heard that Shooting Star Transportation reported for false declaration and concealment. He is accompanied by the police on suspicion of fraud and is now in custody at the police station.
What? What do you mean? That can't be. He's not at home and he's not answering the phone. Isabel, who are you? Are you stalking him? How do you know his history?
Stalking? No way, he's not even worth it. Actually, it's because I'm the president of Shooting Star Transportation.
Huh? What?
I was at an important business meeting when he was having an interview for the job, so I didn't notice because I didn't see him.
That's a lie. An incompetent person like you can't possibly be the president. I won't allow you to try to trick me. I will sue you.
If you don't trust me, why don't you see our website? Even John should have at least checked the president of the company he went to interview with. It is listed at the top of the page with my real name and photo. Well, I'm a professional myself, so I wouldn't have hired someone like him anyway.
Oh, it is true. What a surprise.
Do you understand now? Thank you for being so surprised that you lost your words. He also applied for the job without knowing that I am the president of Shooting Star Transportation. I inspected his license number and found out that his license was suspended. I checked with his former employer and found out that he had an accident due to DUI while on duty. Furthermore, they told me that he had damaged the company truck, was fired, and had been ordered to pay compensation.
I do not believe it. I won't believe it. It's a lie. It has to be a lie. I don't believe that my great boy was fired for DUI.
Do you know DUI is a criminal offense, regardless how many times he has done it? Did he have any money? Where did he get the money to pay the fine?
Huh? The fine? He needed $10,000 to get into a company, so I borrowed it from Payday Loan. Don't tell me he used that money to pay for the DUI fine.
It seems I was right. What is going to happen to John? Because of the fraud, will he be put into jail? If he gets a criminal record, it will be hard for him to get another job.
Oh no, Sean is also being sued and even John is being arrested.
Those brothers are shit. They are doing the same thing. I'm so glad I got divorced before I got involved. Thank you.
Hey, Isabel, you're the president of Shooting Stars, right? You have power, right? Since we once had a relationship, could you get John hired and keep quiet about the violations and suspensions? You must make a lot of money if you're the president, right? You can cover the necessary expenses for me and my 2 sons.
No, think about it. It was me, the president, who made the decision to turn him down, right? There is no way I would hire him. I cannot live forever with a devilish mother-in-law who treats me like a slave and mommy boy sons who cannot support their wives.
Let's start over, please. Don't say it like that. I'll be nice to you and I won't call you incompetent. If the president of Shooting Star Transportation is a relative of mine, I'd be proud of myself.
I'm sorry, but I politely decline. You were proud of your sons, weren't you? Do your best to clean up your scum brother's mess. I have nothing to do with this. Goodbye. Please don't contact me again. I'm busy.
Oh no, wait a minute. Isabel, help us.
John, who had his job offer turned down, was charged with fraud for filing a false report to Shooting Star Transportation. He was also found to have been driving without a license during the period of suspension. My ex-husband settled with the victim of sexual harassment and fortunately the lawsuit was discharged. The settlement was $10,000. He had no such savings. He cried out to his mother for help and she started to borrow money from Payday Loan. She was forced to repay about $20,000 in debts and pay off a truck worth few $1,000s. Isabel and Sean moved to a public housing and are living while working and paying back the tremendous amount of money. On the other hand, my recent situation is that Shooting Star Transportation is a company where a lot of women work, and the fine service we provide has become famous and it has even been featured in a magazine. As a female president, I am also working hard to make the company bigger and bigger by doing my best. Of course, I am also improving myself and looking for a new love.